All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Thursday, March the 10th, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. I'm Chris Phillips, your host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. As always, appreciate you all tuning in. We have got a lot to get into here on this Thursday. It is game day. South Carolina basketball taking on the Mississippi State Bulldogs tonight in Tampa. SEC tournament getting underway. We've actually got it on the tube. Florida taking on Texas A&M right now. But again, a very exciting day. And guys, again, I appreciate you all tuning in here on this Thursday. I see Travi, James, Travis Royal, Terrence Tobin, and Brendan M. What's going on? Also, guys, in the Big Cock Club Discord, over the TDC Questions channel, be sure that your questions are answered there. Looks like Facebook is good. Yeah, James, I'm sorry. James, I'm sorry about the Facebook stuff, man, the music. Just was really sick and tired of dealing with the copyright strikes and the madness with that. So, again, man, I do apologize for that. But either way, we're still rocking. We're still rolling. And I can appreciate you all tuning in here on this Thursday. And I want to hear from you, though. Big day, big day. Gamecocks basketball tonight taking on Mississippi State. What will happen? What will happen? Will South Carolina be able to find a way to advance? Will they continue to put Tattoo Watch on notice? Is it possible? Is it possible? Matt Sellers, Bill, Matt Sellers, Bill, Justin Langford, Christian Carver. What's going on? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, I want to hear from you, your questions, your comments. Also, we've got a lot to talk about with the baseball series. As Texas comes to town this weekend, the starting rotation, of course, for the Gamecocks has been announced, and as expected, it is Will Sanders, TBA for the weekend. So, we'll see what happens. Big news out of Austin this morning as their Sunday guy is actually down for the year. So, down for the year. Tough news. Then you never want to hear that either. You never want to hear that from a guy. Really, really talented kid. But, is what it is. And we got injuries. They got injuries, man. You got to deal with it. You got to deal with it. You got to fight through it, battle adversity, all that good stuff. But either way, guys, again, appreciate you all tuning in. And I do want to hear from you. Like I said, 843-790-3377. Those phone lines are open for you. Those phone lines are open for you here on this Thursday. Yeah, Travi, I did watch some of that game last night. Texas losing to Texas State. And what a game it was, man. What a game it was. Texas State, I'll tell you. Texas State's a good ball club. Texas State is a very, very good ball club. So do not sleep on them. But really, really fun midweek games going Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't think we have any back-to-back Tuesday, Wednesdays like that. Tampa Bay Gamecocks. Hey, game day. Yeah, see y'all tonight. Yeah, I'm actually not in Tampa. That picture I posted last night, that was from a fan of the show. I just wanted to repost. I thought it was a really cool picture of the arena. But I am not in Tampa, guys. We'll be watching that game from the studio. And I thought about it. I was like, man, maybe I should have traveled down to Tampa. Maybe that would have been fun. But just didn't make the trip for whatever reason. So, again, guys, I do apologize for that. Either way, though, can't wait to cover it in the studio. Going to be a lot of fun. Ronnie Pace says, what's up, Chris? We fight and win 2 out of 3 against Texas. The sticks are about to get hot. I'd love to see that, my guy. Hey, listen, you talk about a series that could turn the season around. You go win 2 out of 3 against Texas, all of a sudden, things start to look different, right? The trajectory changes a little bit. You know what I mean? So all it takes is one. All it takes is one weekend. And you never know. But obviously, man, you know the uphill battle you have with 2 TBAs and everything else. So, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. And even with Texas' injury, they've got dudes, man. They got dudes in the bullpen that can get the job done and come in and do work for them. So either way, guys, hope you're having a great day, by the way. I feel like this week has absolutely flown by. But again, guys, like I said, appreciate you all tuning in. Yes, I saw Texas lost last night to Texas State. Yes, I did see that. Not that I think it really means anything going into the weekend, but yes, I did see they lost that game. Texas State, like I mentioned, guys, is a really, really, really good ball club. So I would not look at that as like losing to a Xavier. Texas State is a ranked team. They're in the top 25 for a reason. They're a good ball club. Let's see. Justin Langford, let's go Gamecocks. I'll be looking at us playing them against Texas again in Myrtle Beach at the same hotel I was at before. It's going to be the same fun regardless. I can't wait to see Texas. I really can't wait to see Texas. Like I said, the number one team in college baseball. And, right now they are the cream of the crop. So I'm excited to see what we can do against them. Brian Lattimore, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, guys, like I said, in case you missed it, no music anymore on the countdown and only a minute-long countdown because we just been dealing with copyright issues on copyright issues on copyright issues. And, Facebook's just got a mind of its own. The Muschamp Packers have been all over the place. So I do apologize for that. But, my number one priority is making sure the feed is actually up for you guys. So, yeah, that takes precedent. That takes precedent, obviously. So, either way, appreciate you all tuning in. A lot to get into, and I want to hear from you. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. So, by the way, guys, any of you who may have ordered koozies and you've been waiting on them, I'm happy to inform you those are going out today. I do apologize, man. Fulfillment issues, and it's just craziness right now, man, with fulfillment for things. I think everybody across everywhere is feeling it. We see what's going on, across the country and all that. So, yeah, either way. But just want to let you guys know koozies are going out today. Yeah, Brian Lattimore, I think we'll be good as of now. I think we'll be good as of now, like I said. The music stuff, honestly, though, I do understand. I mean, listen, if it's not your music, then you can't use it. And, I've just had people that are like, hey, I made this mix, it's completely whatever, free, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's not, though. It's really not. How about Cox by 90 dropping his SEC tournament predictions? He's got South Carolina advancing all the way to the semifinals on Saturday. How about that? So he's got the Gamecocks beating Mississippi State and Tennessee to take on Kentucky and then finally losing to those guys in a game that would be a semifinal to go to the championship. I respect it. Listen, I respect it. I respect Cox by 90. I respect I respect Jeff and his opinion. Todd Smith says, are we not able to get the Spurs Up show on YouTube anymore? Yeah, Todd, the podcast is not going to YouTube anymore. Yeah. In case you missed that on the podcast, Todd, is not going to YouTube anymore. So if you've been listening to the podcast on YouTube, I'm sorry. I do apologize, but it will not be there anymore, at least for the foreseeable future, because of our migration from Red Circle to Blue Wire podcasts. They do not have that as a part of their platform in regards to publishing the show to YouTube the way Red Circle did it. So I do apologize for that. But again, guys, there's many great ways to listen. You can tune in on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, literally anywhere you get your podcasts. You can find them there. And, of course, on YouTube, we'll still have all the live streams, the Tin Roof shows, the Behind the Beaks. Everything you can think of, guys, we'll have it. So I apologize to you, Todd, but, I don't know. I mean, there's other ways to listen. So there's many other ways to listen. So, again, for those who may have tuned on YouTube, I do apologize, but that's kind of where we are right now. So, and please, if you had listened to the podcast before and you would listen on YouTube, and please do not let it stop you from listening because, again, it helps us. It makes us look good for our new partner as well, Blue Wire. We're judged, of course, we're in a space where we're judged off downloads, off listens, all that good stuff. So please do not stop tuning into the podcast. We need you guys. Like I've told you before, TSUS is nothing. TSUS is nothing without you guys, without your love and support. Absolutely nothing. So, again, we're not what we are right now. We're not what we're becoming. So, Todd, yeah, definitely iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. Go to our website. You'll see the podcast at the very top. There are many, many ways to tune in. And, Todd, if you need me to send you a link directly, I will send it over to you, sir. But, again, yeah, no podcast to YouTube anymore. Let's see. Andrew the Textbook, college basketball tonight, had South Carolina winning it all. I think I'd have a heart attack if that happened. Well, I'd ask you this, Andrew the Textbook, who in the world is college basketball tonight? I've never even heard of them. I think picking South Carolina to win the entire thing is a little ridiculous. I'll be honest. It's a little ridiculous. I mean, you guys may have seen or heard, which actually I have not posted the graphic yet. But I've got the Gamecocks falling tonight to Mississippi State, final score 74-70. I think it's going to be a great game. First off, I think it's going to be a really, really great game. The most intriguing thing to me is this. Is that you look at how the season series went. They beat you by 14 on their home floor. You beat them by 10 on your home floor. So what does it mean for a game on a neutral site? What does it mean? What does it mean for a neutral site contest? That's what I'm curious to see. What does it mean for a neutral site contest? So we'll see how it plays in. I think it's a back and forth. And it's crazy, too, how, people have asked me, Chris, do you just make picks off the spread? No, I don't. But I tell you what, my picks seem to always be really close to what the spread is. And that doesn't mean they're always right, because South Carolina has beaten the spread many, many times this year. But, I picked South Carolina to lose by 4, and sure enough, if it ain't 4.5. So, I think State's got a little bit more than you. It doesn't mean South Carolina can't win. I truly think, guys, it's a coin flip game. I truly think it's a coin flip game. Do I think that you win any more past tonight? If you do win, Tennessee shellacked you this season, man. I highly doubt you beat them. But either way, you would love to see it keep going. You would love to see South Carolina at least have the chance, have the opportunity. So, again, big game tonight, man. 6 o'clock tip-off on the SEC Network. It's always fun in tournament play, man. You just never know what will happen in the SEC tournament. You have no idea. You never know what will happen in tournament play. So, really exciting stuff, man. It should be a fun night down in Tampa. And, of course, we'll be covering the game, watching it, all that good stuff. So, Brian Dean says he's got South Carolina winning 77-71. Hey, I'd love to see it. I mean, I'm not saying – and, you come off a game where – you lost, and there's no moral victories, but you did play some solid basketball against Auburn. It's not like you played terrible basketball against the Tigers. So, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, Brian, I mean, again, I just, I know you have a lot of questions about the copyright stuff, Brian. We just make adjustments to keep it moving, my guy. Make adjustments to keep it moving. Matt Sellers, I know you talked about it before. Why would it not be beneficial to throw Sanders Saturday or Sunday, have a better chance at locking up one of those wins? Again, Matt, you'd have to take that up with the coaching staff. I'll be honest with you, my mind doesn't go directly there. That's not where it goes, because I feel like when you do that, you're just automatically admitting defeat. You're admitting, hey, we have no chance to win these first 2 games. And I hate going into the weekend with that attitude. You should never go into a weekend with that attitude, Matt. I get what you're saying. I get you're trying to play strategy, but I don't like the attitude around that. I don't like the attitude around that. When you win CG, taking on South Carolina, then so be it. But you're South Carolina, man. You that should never be the attitude. So I hate the message that sends of, well, we're just, we're going to go out there and try our best Friday, Saturday, but we know we have no chance, so we're going to save our ace till Sunday. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I think you throw your best available when you got them, and you go from there, and you fight scratch and claw to win every game. But you treat tomorrow you treat today as today. You'll worry about tomorrow. So tomorrow night, you throw your best guy. Bottom line, you throw your best guy. They're going to throw their best guy. You throw your best guy and hope your best guy can beat their best guy, and that's it. So. Andrew the textbook says I have South Carolina winning 68-66. I could definitely see that. My guy. I could most certainly see that. No doubt. Again, guys, if you're the Big Cock Club Discord, if you're in the Big Cock Club Discord, over the TDC Questions channel, be sure your questions are answered there. By the way, I want to shout out Robbie Davis, who came out to Tin Roof last night for the live show. What a time actually getting to see Robbie Davis yet again. I had met him once, which was about a year ago at the spring game. So Robbie Davis, though, and Yunkel Boudreaux making an appearance at Tin Roof. Yeah, love to see it. So love to see it. Austin Gersh is our best guy, gives up 1 run and we still lost. Well, Austin, you still got to throw your best guy on Friday, man. I really don't give a damn. Again, they're going to throw their best guy. You throw your best guy. And I'll tell you this, getting to pitch and start on a Friday night at the University of South Carolina is a privilege. It is. And so I don't think Will Sanders should have that privilege taken away. He shouldn't be punished because of the situation our team is in right now. Like, he deserves to get the ball tomorrow night, and he should, and he will. He deserves to get the ball tomorrow night. Bottom line. That's such a, whatever. That's such a defeatist mentality in my mind, dude. That's such a defeatist mentality. Let's try to save our ace just to steal one. Like, that's just such a defeatist mentality. I understand where we are as a ball club. I totally get it. And I get doing that even like postseason play. But right now, it's just such a defeatist mentality, and I hate it. So I wouldn't be a fan of it. I'll be totally honest with you. I wouldn't be a fan of it. You throw your best available when you got them, and you go from there. So you make adjustments as you go, but you throw your best guy. You throw your best guy when you got him, bottom line. Drew Johnson says Devin Carter will have 16 points and lead us to a victory tonight. It could very well happen, Drew. It could very well happen. Would love to see it. It could very, very well happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I've got 74-70 Mississippi State. I do have State getting the dub, but again, you never know. You never know. You never know. You never know. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Texas State's a good ball club, guys. Like I said, I know they're not number one like Texas, but they're in the top 20. They're ranked 17th. So they're a good ball club. Yeah, and they almost beat them the night before. And those type of matchups, if you didn't see the end of it, the guy putting the horns down, that's why you love college baseball, man. It's the intensity. Those teams are probably so familiar with one another. There's probably so many guys in those teams that played against each other. All right, let's start the phone lines here.
Call from
Todd.
Todd, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, I was just wondering, what you think of that Clemson baseball team right now?
Yeah, Clemson's
12-0 right now.
They're pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they're undefeated.
You think
So.
they got a shot at the tournament or the series?
At the College World Series, I'd probably say no, but postseason, I mean, we'll see what happens when conference play comes. But
I think the regionals, super regionals.
I mean, yeah, I think there's a good shot they make the regionals. Yeah, I mean, I think they're putting themselves in a pretty good position. I mean, again, you got to wait to see conference play. That's kind of when it really gets real. But I mean, they're off to a heck of a start. So I mean, they got all the momentum, and yeah, I mean,
I'm a Chickens fan, but I'm just kind of jealous that our baseball team ain't doing as good as them.
Yeah, it is confusing for sure. But yeah, Monty's doing a good job this year. I mean, they've they're playing. They're hot. They're playing good baseball.
They got a lot of depth, don't they?
A fair amount. I mean, they're swinging it a little bit better than I think they were projected to. And Mac Anglin's a really good arm on Friday night. So I mean, and they're piecing it together the rest of the way out. So.
Hey, I cannot believe that you left me and my family.
All right, appreciate it. Hey, at least the guy tried to talk sports, and like I said, I'll tip my cap where it's due, man. Clemson's undefeated, so I was going to say that's kind of interesting. We want to talk Clemson baseball on these here airwaves, but I don't know, man. Business is getting to a very interesting point for yours truly, where it's just there are a lot of different people coming from a lot of different directions that want a piece of it, that want a piece of me, and it is what it is, and so appreciate the call, my guy. Appreciate the call. So. Appreciate the call. That'll be your last call. All right, if we have 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Yeah, when you put yourself in the position I do, and you put your face all over social media, and everybody knows who you are, you open yourself up to it. So it's all good. Hey, we'll take the calls and we'll talk baseball no matter who it is, and we'll go from there. So let's see. Coach Ford. God, I love Coach Ford chiming in on baseball. Xavier beat us. Yes, Coach Ford. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Answer the textbook. Where do you think South Carolina will land in the NIT? I have no clue. Austin Greer, Chris, we're the second worst team in the SEC. We are at the point where stealing a game is a win. It sucks, but that's where we're at. I hear you, Austin, but I still wouldn't go into the weekend series being a bitch and throwing Will Sanders on Sunday. Sorry. I'd rather get swept. I'd rather get swept than do that. Yep, I'd rather have my pride and get swept than be a little bitch and throw Will Sanders on Sunday and win a game. Maybe you're different, but that's just where I land on it. If Mark Kingston can't guide this team to a postseason throwing Will Sanders on Friday night, then, adjustments should be probably made accordingly after the season. Bottom line. So, bottom line. Anyways, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Again, hey, you're more than welcome to call in, comment, talk whatever you want. You want to troll, that's totally fine. I'm here. I'll take it. Hey, that's what we love to do. That's what we love to do. That's why I get paid to do it. So this is not a hobby. So would love for you guys to call in. You can chime in in the comments. You can talk whatever BS you want. We'll do it. So Corey Gardner says, I think they should let Kate Austin start. Corey, I don't even know. I don't know who I trust to hand the baseball to right now. I really don't. I really, really don't. So I really don't. I wish I could tell you that I think Noah Hall should probably get the start again Saturday. I thought Noah Hall threw the ball fine on Saturday, but I don't know. I wish I could tell you I knew, but I don't know. I don't know. You're just piecing it together. At least you're trying to. Yeah. So let's see. PMod didn't realize how much smaller stars are in basketball. The 6'8" combo guard from Denmark is still a top 300 player. I did not know that, PMod. Damn, look at you keeping up with basketball recruiting. Look at that. How about that? Let's see. Corey Garner, I don't trust any of them, but try something new. Last weekend didn't work. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know, man. I don't have the answer to give you. I don't really have the answer to give you. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, would love to hear from you again. A big day. It is game day. South going to take it on Mississippi State tonight at Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida. Kaki Twan, what's going on, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Leland says, just got to take it one game at a time. Take pride in your school. Anything can happen in the game of baseball. Indeed. 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 Yeah, I mean, it's you got to have that mentality. Let's just try to go win Friday night. So let's just try to go win Friday night, and we'll just go from there. So we'll go. Drew Johnson says, Chris, you see Rattler's press conference? Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago, my guy. But yeah, I know I saw it. I mean, I thought he handled it really well, and I didn't expect anything less. I don't know why folks expected Spencer Rattler to be anything but a positive addition to our football team. I don't know why anybody thought that Shane Beamer would bring in someone who wouldn't be a positive addition to our football team. So is what I expected. I felt like Spencer Rattler was going to handle himself with class and be a good teammate, and I think he's going to do that. I think he's going to be nothing again but a positive addition to South Carolina football. PMod, I actually really like Frank's class this year. PMod, I know you're on the Frank train now, my guy. I know you're on the Frank train. And again, I'm not like off it. I'm just saying PMod has gone from fire Frank to give Frank a lifetime extension. So I love that. PMod is team extend Frank now. PMod became a head coach, and now he's got sympathy for head coaches, except Mark Kingston. Every head coach except Mark Kingston. Austin Greer, crazy thing is this, though. If we somehow beat Texas 2 out of 3, the whole vibe of the season will shift. Yeah, I mean, and that's baseball, man. And that's why, again, you do your best to not overreact game to game or even series to series. Things can change. I mean, here's the reality of it, Austin. Even if you lose 2 or 3 this weekend, or even if you get swept, if you were to go somehow 17-13 in conference play, you'd still be in the postseason. It wouldn't matter. So, I mean, again, I'm not saying this weekend doesn't matter. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just in baseball, man, it truly is a marathon. It truly is a marathon. And again, I applaud and I love seeing Gamecock fans with the passion and the energy around our baseball program because the expectation should be high on a week in, week out, game-to-game basis. Game-to-game basis. Every time you step foot on that field, you should expect to win. And the expectation should be to win. So I will never knock a Gamecock fan, a Gamecock baseball fan, for having high expectations of their program. By the way, guys, quick reminder, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 615, a full breakdown of the Texas series as well as the game tonight as South Carolina takes on Mississippi State. Again, as I told you all, I've got the Gamecocks falling to the Bulldogs. Final score 74-70. PMod, what's your prediction for the game tonight if you're still in here? And guys, I'd love to hear, what is your prediction? How do you think tonight will go in Tampa? Like I said, I'm really excited for the game. I think it's a coin flip. I think it's a straight up coin flip type of game. Really, really pumped. Really, really pumped for the game. So looking forward to it. Bryant Hughes, Chad Holbrook was better. What do you say, Chris? Again, Bryant, we are 12 games in the season, my guy. So hey, Chad Holbrook did average 40-plus wins a year. He did at South Carolina. So, Andrew the textbook said, I like Frank's recruiting class, assuming he gets G.G. Jackson. They better make the NCAA tournament next year. Yeah, I mean, I just wonder if that will actually really ever happen. I wonder if it'll happen. Will there ever be a year truly where it's like, okay, like tournament or bust? Well, because that's what guys, did we not say that coming into this year? Did we or did we not? Did we not say that coming into this year? I'm just asking a question. Did we or did we not? And I'm not saying I'm not saying that you shouldn't keep context. You shouldn't keep context in mind, right? In regards to, well, if you get a commitment from a G.G. Jackson, it changes things. But we did say that. Everyone said that. Everyone said that. I went even as far last year to say that after the COVID season, hey, bring Frank Martin back. That's fine. But if you don't make the NCAA tournament and he's retained at that, you're just showing me that you don't care about winning. I went as far as to say that. So, I mean, again, I don't dislike Frank, but at some point, when do the expectations become real? You know what I mean? When do the expectations become real? That's my question. That's my question. I understand that we have never won consistently, but anyways. Ryan Chris, the thing that worries me about our baseball team is the energy of the players when they are out there. It almost reminds me of how our football team carried themselves under Muschamp. Let's see what happens this weekend, Ryan. Let's see what happens this weekend. I'll be curious to see what happens with the games, with the weather. They already canceled the freaking Gamecock block party or whatever that'll be going on Saturday. So that's no longer. When do they reschedule the games? What do they do with the games? We'll see. But, yeah, I don't know. We might have some rain in the forecast tomorrow night. So we'll just kind of have to see. And so let's see. Oh, yeah. So Gamecock softball has moved up their game for tomorrow. They were supposed to play at 6 p.m. They now play at 2 p.m. So I wonder if they'd move the Friday game up for Gamecocks baseball. Wouldn't that be something? Travis Allen, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts on Saturday. Anyways, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377 here on this Thursday, March 10th. I tell you what, it feels like this week has flown by for whatever reason. Feels like this week has absolutely flown by, but either way, yeah, appreciate you guys, your love and support, everything else, tuning in. Like I said, those who came out to Tin Roof last night, appreciate y'all. I mean, it's always a pleasure and truly a blessing to get to interact with you all and work from a fine establishment like Tin Roof and do the show from there. So again, thank you guys so much for that love and support. Like I said, I truly do appreciate it. And, no matter what comes our way, whether we are winning, we're losing, what have you, no matter what happens, we keep rocking, we keep rolling, we keep moving. So hopefully tonight, our men's basketball program gives us something to cheer about, something to get excited about. Hopefully. Brian Lattimore, I feel like watching the Xavier game last in eternity, so I'm not sure this week has flown by. Well, Brian, I tell you what, at least that game got moved up to 3 o'clock. At least it did. I mean, I can't imagine if that game started at 7 and we had to sit through that. So at least it got moved up to 3. William Odom, got any NCAA tournament futures for us? No, sir, I do not. I would at least just love to see us win tonight, which would be really interesting because we have baseball supposed to start tomorrow night at 7. And supposed to start tomorrow night 7. The game would be at 6 tomorrow for basketball. So double duty in the city. And you see behind me, why not us? Let's make a run. Why not us? Why can't we make a run? Why can't I get the tattoo of Frank Martin on my butt? Why can't it happen? Why not? I would love to see it. So cheers to it. And this is coffee, my fine friends. Coffee. Just want to let y'all know that's coffee. Big coffee guy. Very big coffee guy. Yeah, it's funny that I don't know. I guess Pete Hawk's not in here anymore. Pete Hawk is completely flipped from Fire Frank to his biggest fan. So I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. Justin Langford. Gosh darn it, Frank and the boys have got to win tonight. I hear you. They do. Travis Allen says, I hate it, but I have it 81-75, one and done. Austin Greer, do you think we'll reschedule the Texas games or just not play them? Austin, we're going to play, my guy. Heard it's supposed to be a rainstorm this weekend. We're going to play. So we're going to play. I mean, they might move them around. I mean, softball moved their game up tomorrow from 6 to 2. So would we do that? I think they're going to play, man. They're going to play. So even though you may not want them to play, they're going to play. So, and I want them to play. I want to see these games. Bottom line. Joe Anderson, the problem is you're taking a long shot when you think someone's going to magically going to come in and do better than Frank. Other fan bases think it's hilarious. What other fan bases, Joe? What other fan bases? And why do I care what the other fan bases think? I'm not sitting here saying fire Frank Martin today. I'm just asking you, at what point do you actually go into a season and say, okay, like, if we don't make the tournament this year, let's make a change. You know what I mean? Like, will it be year 12, 15, 18, year 20? Do you just let him go until he wants to retire? I mean, I'm asking a sincere question. Like, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. I mean, I'm without a doubt lowering my expectations going into next year. Like, my goals for next year will be my goals for South Carolina basketball next year. I don't care if we add Gigi or not, to be honest with you, because I will not be let down again. So my goals for next year will be, hey, if we can go 500 in SEC play and make the NIT, we had a good year. Because I think that's kind of probably where Carolina basketball should be. Anything above that is a massive overachievement. The NCAA tournament's a massive overachievement for our program on a year-in, year-out basis. And, I think if we all take that attitude, we won't be let down, Because I think we're about an NIT program. That's fair. Is that I think that's fair. Just shoot for the NIT, and if something happens and you go 10-8 or 11-7, and somehow your net, which I don't even know how net works really, somehow your net is good enough, and you make the NCAA tournament, great, awesome. But man, that expectation should be out the window because it obviously ain't the expectation. So that's my bad for setting it as such. That's my bad for setting it as such. I said that before. I mean. And again, Ryan Crisp, I've said this. I 110% expect Frank back next year. Just with the late season momentum, finishing 500 in conference play, momentum on the recruiting trail with Gigi, I think 110% Frank Martin's back. Absolutely. And I think a lot of folks have the attitude of Joe Anders and others that, there's nobody better. Nobody could do as well as Frank has done. So, I mean, why would they move on from him? They're not going to do that. Joe Anders, I want to hear it, Joe. I want to hear it all. He says the rest of the league having good seasons hurt our tournament chances. Well, man, you play in a good league. You play in a good league. I'm not even saying you had a terrible year. You went 500, one of the best leagues in college basketball. So, I mean, yeah, I totally – and listen, I don't understand net rankings either. I don't understand how Mississippi State's like 50 spots ahead of you and they have a worse record than you. I don't get it. I don't get it. So, there he is. There's PMod. Again, PMod has gone from fire Frank Martin to literally Frank Martin's biggest supporter. So, I love it. We love it, PMod. And I respect it, PMod. I respect it. Hey, I put some pressure on Frank Martin, and guess what happened? The boys responded. I can respect the hell out of that. You see we're rocking? The shooters shoot. Hopefully tonight shooters are shooting and shooting a lot and making a lot, by the way. Making a lot. So, Brian Lattimore says expectations should not equal aspirations. We will never be better if we don't aspire to be better. I refuse to accept mediocrity just because we've never been better in our history. Well, Austin Greer, here's the thing. I don't think Ray Tanner will ever be fired. I think he will step down. I think he'll step down. And I will say this. Who gets fired first, Frank Martin or Mark Kingston? I think Mark Kingston, actually. Mm-hmm. Because there are real expectations of winning around our baseball program. So I think it's probably going to be Kingston first. Yeah. Because I think with GG next year, do we make the tournament? I'll probably say no. But I think we'll have a solid year. We'll have a solid enough year to bring him back again. The only way that Frank would get canned here, I think, is if they just had a terrible, like a year like Georgia had. I think that's the only way. And I don't see his teams here having those type of years. I really don't. So, did Florida have a great season, Joe? I would not classify Florida as having a great season. I mean, they've won national championships in basketball. I don't think any of their fans would classify what they went through this year as a great season. And what are Texas A&M's aspirations and expectations for basketball? Are they high as well? Great. Calling the season great, going 500 in league play is stretching it a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, though, I mean, listen, I'm not going to kick and scream if Frank is back. I get it. They overachieved and momentum on the recruiting trail, and I totally understand. So I just would really love to see us make the tournament one year. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, I've got a buddy that's a Florida fan that he also thinks their head coach White is going to get canned as well. So, we'll see what happens. But I wouldn't be shocked if they fire him. So, I wouldn't be shocked if Florida fired him because they have expectations for basketball. So, they have expectations for basketball. Guys, again, like I said, quick reminder, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 615. Episode 615, breaking out everything with the Texas series this weekend and also the game tonight against Mississippi State. Guys, we're going to jump into a quick break. But I want to hear from you because as Austin Greer just commented, Austin, you just beat me to it. Our good friend SEC Mike with that SEC podcast dropped his projected win totals for every SEC team, over under win totals. I want to hear what you guys think about South Carolina's because I feel like this is going to be a very passionate topic, and I got a feeling you all are not going to agree with what our good friend Mike said about his win totals. Either way, though, guys, stick around. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. More your questions, comments, calls, and more on the side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Do want to hear from you guys in case you missed it. I just dropped my official prediction graphic for the game tonight. So I'm sure many of you that love to see me pick us to lose, you'll be ecstatic because I am doing that yet again, picking the Gamecocks to fall to Mississippi State by a final score of 74-70. So, again, I do want to hear from you, though, on the phone lines, text lines, whatever it might be. Let's get after it. So, let's see. We got a text here that says, and this is from, I don't know who, says, I don't know how many people think or feel the way I do, but I would sacrifice all other Gamecock athletics being mediocre to have our football program be 9-3 or greater each season, beating Clemson regularly and competing for SEC East titles consistently. As for Ray Tanner, as long as Beamer is winning, the other athletics programs are playing by the rules and treating the student athletes well, his spot is safe until he wants to step down on his own. Okay. And, I'll tell you this, to that guy, I wouldn't sacrifice the success of the baseball program personally because I love baseball. But there are many, I think there are many more fans that will admit to that. I think there are actually many fans that feel the exact same way. I think, again, when you're good in football, everything is better. Everything is better. Just truly. I mean, it cures all woes when you're good in football. If we were beating Clemson in football annually, nobody'd care we were losing to them in basketball. Nobody'd care we were losing to them in baseball. Nobody would care. If you're beating them in football, all is fine and dandy. That's it. So, I mean, that's a little intense what that guy said, but I actually think he's probably got a point, which, it's a hypothetical. We just need to start winning across the board, man. I don't care what the sport is. Again, speaking of football, guys, I want to bring this up because, again, my good buddy, SEC Mike, on his show, dropped projected over-under win totals. Again, these are his projected over-under win totals. Okay? He has the Gamecocks. He is projecting that Vegas will have the Gamecocks at 6.5, win total of 6.5. Now, I ask you, what do you think about that? Again, you thinking Chambers' first year, South Carolina was at 3.5. Now you're looking at 6.5. And I will tell you this. I know many fans are going to look at that number, hammer the over. I will say, I think 6.5 is probably a fairly accurate number. Again, is that to say that South Carolina is going to go 6-6 for sure? Guys, it's just Vegas. But when you're looking at games that South Carolina is projected to be a favorite in, an underdog in, I think it's about right, honestly. Because I think what's happening and what's going to happen, and I, to a degree, get it. I to a degree get it. But fans are going to look at last year and say, okay, you won 7 games. Well, now you got to win at least 7 in year 2. And I just don't think you can look at, because you won X amount of games last year, you must win Y amount of games this year. I don't think you can really look at it that way. I look at, and we could pull up the schedule here, the football schedule. Georgia State, Charlotte, SC State, whatever. The games you'll be underdogs in, though. I think at Arkansas, you're an underdog. Georgia at home, you're an underdog. Guys, unless you beat Georgia and you start the season undefeated, I think probably at Kentucky, you're an underdog. I hate to tell you, but I think you are. Texas A&M at home, you're an underdog. Mizzou, you're a favorite. Vandy, you're a favorite. At Florida, I'll get back to that one. We know for sure at Clemson, you're an underdog. That's 5 right there. That's 5 right there that you're an underdog. And then you got Florida and Tennessee. Maybe one of those two you're a favorite, but really half your schedule, you're an underdog. So that over-under 6.5 does make sense. That does make sense. It does make sense. And Austin, I don't know. Maybe we will be a favorite against Florida. I don't really know what Florida's going to be this year with Billy Napier. I mean, we got to go to their place. You know, I think Florida's probably going to get more benefit of the doubt going in this season because they're just Florida, man. They have tradition. And whether that's right, wrong, or indifferent, they are going to get more benefit of the doubt. But, and by the way, Texas A&M beating Florida at halftime, 33-25 in their game in the SEC tournament. So, interesting stuff there. Let's see. Let's see. Where? Oh, SEC Mike's. Yeah. He's actually projecting Florida's over-under win total at 7. So ahead of South Carolina. He's got Tennessee's over-under win total at 8.5. Kentucky's at 8.5. And Georgia's, of course, at 11.5. He's got below South Carolina, Mizzou at 5.5, and Vandy at 3.5. So, Courtney Washington, yeah, I mean, I think we can beat Florida too. I do. I mean, I know it's at their place, but you know, I think it's a very winnable game for sure. I think it's a very, very winnable game. No doubt. I think it's a very winnable game. So. James Kendall says, can we be grateful we had Auburn on the schedule the last 2 years? Wish we could get them a third year. Yeah, me too. That was fun. That was fun having in the last 2 years. Arkansas, by the way, they're over under win total that he's projecting now. Again, this is not official, but he's projecting it'll be. He's got Arkansas at 7.5. So, you know, again, I know folks look at that 6.5 number and expect, you know, or just hammer the over. And, you know, guys, I would say, I will say that 7-5. I mean, I think that you need to go that or better. I don't blame fans for thinking that if you go 6-6 with Spencer Rattler as your quarterback, it's like, did you really get what you thought you were getting out of him? You know what I mean? You went 6-6 last year in the regular season with no quarterback. So, Austin Gray, I think Kentucky wins 4 games this year. Last season was a fluke. Austin, I respect your energy. I think Kentucky's actually a good football team. Will Levis and Rodriguez are back. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Stoops has actually built something there, and I hate to say that. I hate it. I hate it, but, you know, 4 wins. Oh, sorry, guys. We got people trying to call me here on the Daily Crow. Good Lord. I'm about to cut my phone on Do Not Disturb. Anyways. Guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-33. Jesus. Phone is blowing up. Anyways, phone is blowing up. People trying to call me. Like literally trying to FaceTime me. It's like I'm literally on a show. Literally on a show here. Literally on a show. Brian Lattimore says, maybe it's just me, but I still feel like UK is overrated. And I think they overachieved last year. I don't know if it's just me or what. I mean, they definitely won some games that were 50-50 games that you feel like, you know, that you feel like maybe they shouldn't have won. I don't know. I don't know. Braddock843 says, calling it now, we take down Texas A&M, mark the date. I mean, I think when you look at the schedule, that is the game that stands out as a possible upset for sure. I definitely think that's the game that stands out as your possible big upset. So, by the way, guys, Mark Kingston, speaking to the media, updating the pitching staff. And apparently Julian Bosnick has began to throw. He says, quote, I can tell you Julian has begun throwing within the last week. So far, knock on wood, the results have been good. We don't know the timetable yet, but this is a very positive step in the right direction for him and us. Team ERA right now for us is a 5.05 through the first 12 games this year. We're allowing hitters to hit 262, 51 walks, and 18 wild pitches. Our bullpen is a 5.31 ERA. Kingston says, quote, you have to look at the big picture and small picture. As we say all the time, it's true. We've got to focus on the process over the outcome right now. The outcome at some point will be what we want, but until we get to that point, we just have to focus on doing the right things on a daily basis. Says we have to have the right process to get where we're trying to go. So, yeah, we've got young guys doing things. Maybe we're asking them to do too much, but just the situation we're in, so they'll grow from it and they'll get better from it. So, Brett Thomas threw yesterday in a live setting as well as Eli Jones, and both looked very good. That was encouraging. Josiah Seitler, I wouldn't anticipate seeing him pitch anytime soon, but he'll continue being in our lineup offensively. Jesus Christ. Just nuts, man. Anyways, Cody, I don't know how long Bosnick is out. He just started throwing, so, I mean, I would imagine a few weeks, to be honest with you. Austin Greer, yeah, I really want to beat Mizzou. I feel like that's a team you have to beat. You have to beat. That's a team you absolutely have to beat. Yeah. Yeah, Kentucky is definitely solid on both lines of scrimmage, my guy. Yes. Yes, they are. All right, my bad, guys. If you tried to call in, I'd cut my phone and do that. So I got people blowing me up. I don't know if they don't know what's going on, but we're on the live show. We're on the Daily Crow. How do you not know the Daily Crow is noon to 2? How do you know me and not know the Daily Crow is live noon to 2? Anyways, I don't know. Ryan Chris coming in anyway, football games this season. I have to let you know, we might be doing watch parties at Carolina Ale House. I think that's what the expectation is, that we will be doing watch parties at Carolina Ale House. So I'll let you know for sure, Ryan. I mean, we got a long way to go to football season, but I believe Carolina Ale House wants to continue with the watch parties, and that's kind of what I'm expecting. And I would love to do it. I have a blast doing those. So let's see. Chris Miller says, I would say that 7-5 this year would be equivalent to 8-4 or 9-3 last year. Something to think about. I'm expecting 7-5, but a fun 7-5. Yeah, Chris, we talked about before the way you win. The way you win is very important, right? It matters. It matters, especially in college football. God, it's style points are everything in college. I mean, people just, you can't go beat Georgia State by 14. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no such thing as a win in football. Like, if you're not winning those type of games by a lot of points, fans are not going to be pleased. So I do think the way we win this year is going to probably be the most noticeable difference. I don't think we're going to struggle to beat a East Carolina by a last-second field goal, or beat Troy by 9 points, or beat Vandy by a single point. I mean, guys, here's the thing. People talk about Kentucky being overrated, and that they overachieved. What about us? I mean, we probably should have lost to Vandy. We probably should have lost to ECU. I mean, we were very close to a 4-8 season last year. Very close. Very close. So, and that's not taking anything away. But I think when Vegas if they do put out a 6.5 win total number, that's the reason they're doing it. That's the reason they're doing it. So, yeah, and we were a pick 6 away before the half from losing to Troy. So, I mean, again, that's taking nothing away from those guys. But again, when you think about Vegas and the way they think, I think that's what they think of. And then the other flip side, yes, Travis, we were only 9 points away from winning 2 more games last year. I hear you, my guy. I mean, you lost to Kentucky by 6 points, and you won the turnover battle 3-0. So you didn't deserve to win. You didn't deserve to win that game. I mean, if you can't win a game in which you win the turnover battle 3-0 at home, you don't deserve to win. I look at that more so we were probably lucky to lose by a single score. All right, let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Robbie Davis, a.k.a. Kirk Street.
Robbie, what's going on, my guy? How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm sitting here waiting on my lunch to cook, so I figured I'd give you a call.
I love it, man. Hey, first things first, it was great to see you and Yunkel Boudreaux at Tin Roof last night. I really appreciate y'all coming out, man. Sincerely, that was a blast.
Oh, no problem. Hey, it was the first time the four amigos were together for the first time.
The four amigos, yes, indeed. Yes.
But my prediction is still the same for tonight. 75-72. And if I said this several weeks ago, and I'll say it again. Carter is not a good long-range shooter at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's not. Okay, he's more of a attack the basket kind of guy. Now, do I think he can become a really good long-range shooter? Yes. I think he's got the stroke to do it. It's just he needs to work on it. And he's only a freshman, so I'm really anxious to see how he progresses if he stays, 3 or even 4 years. But in order for us to have a shot at possibly shocking everybody else in the conference in the tournament this evening, we have got to play a full-blown 40 minutes and make Mississippi State's life a living hell. And I think if I truly think if Kusnart, Stevie, and Bryant, and even Carter, I'll even throw Carter in there. If those players right there, along with both of our big men, play to their potential, I think we can beat Mississippi State tonight. And if I remember correctly, I told you that if we won the conference tournament, I would shave my head completely bald. Did I?
You did say that, yes. You did say that.
I'm on record. I will do it. I'm not joking. I will send you picture evidence if it happens.
Well, if we win the conference tournament, my guy, you're getting a bald head, and I'm getting a tattoo of Frank Martin's bald head. So it will, yeah. So a lot will be happening. A lot will be happening.
And at the moment, I haven't changed my mind yet, but I still think we can win 2 out of 3. I still think we can win 2 out of 3, but we're going to have to play perfect baseball this weekend in order to even have a chance at winning 2 or 3. But if that doesn't happen and we somehow take 1 out of 3, I would sort of kind of be okay with it, because then it would be like, okay, we can win against really good teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still think once this team figures out what works and once they click, I do think we can, make a run or start doing really well. And We just need to focus on what we can control and go from there. And like I said yesterday, I just want to like the standard is the standard. South Carolina. Okay, there's no sense in sugarcoating it. Making it to Omaha, like I said yesterday, is the standard. And if I was Ray Tanner, I would tell Kingston, no matter how this season goes, you either make it to the tourney next season or you're done. Because, I mean, like I've always said, like you and me both have always said, it's a results-oriented business, and the results ain't there right now. They're not there. And if a coaching change needs to be made, it needs to happen. But we are only 12 games into the season. But if it gets to the point where we're midway through the season and we're still playing like this, then I would seriously consider telling that to Kingston if I was Ray Tanner.
Well put. Well said. Very well said.
No one knows this. No one aside from the players that Ray Tanner coached, obviously. But the one person that knows it the best about the standard of South Carolina baseball is Ray Tanner. And I think for some reason, I think he does want what's best for the athletic department, but I feel like he's not the kind of person to want to make anybody mad. But whenever you're in that line of work, you're gonna make people mad. You know? And we just got to get the job done. The last several days have not been good for the athletic department.
They have not. They have not been very fun.
And I think, I don't know why I think this, but I feel like if one of the players that I mentioned, like Bryant or Kusnard or Stevie, if even Carter, if either one of them can get hot and stay hot, and if Bryant and the rest of if Bryant and along with the rest of the team play with you're gonna have to basically kill me to beat me kind of mentality tonight, I think we can beat Mississippi State tonight.
I think it's a coin flip game, man. I really do. I think it's going to be one of the better games of the day, probably in the SEC tournament. So, yeah,
they split the regular season, and at this point, it's all about who wants it more.
Well, they both need it. I mean, they both badly need it. They both badly need it for their postseason hopes.
They both badly need it, but who wants it more is the question. And I believe the team that wants it more is going to wind up winning today. But I still do think that we'll win 75-72. And my predictions for the weekend games against Texas is Texas 5, South Carolina 2 for Friday if it happens. And then I got us winning Saturday 5-4, and then losing Sunday 5-2.
That's fair enough. I mean, yeah. I'd love to get to Sunday in a rubber match.
Yeah. Split the first two, and then the winner take all 13. That would be one heck of a series.
Yeah, it would.
And like I said last night, if we do somehow get GG, we got to get the pieces to help GG. And I feel like right now, especially with the players that we're going to wind up losing, if we do get him, we're not going to have the pieces to help him. Because we're going to lose Reese, we're going to lose Kusnard, we're going to lose Bryant, we're going to lose, you got Stevie. That is where it's going to be difficult if we do get GG, because you've got to have the pieces, and especially the right pieces. Because if you have the right pieces and they buy into the philosophy 1,000%, then who knows? Some magic might happen. I mean, like I said the other day, a couple of days ago, a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
That is true.
But you have a great rest of your day, and go Gamecocks and beat Mississippi State, doggone. Beat them.
Can't wait to watch it, man. Let's do it. Robbie, I appreciate you as always, my guy. Always a pleasure.
Yep. Have a good one.
Yeah, man, you too. Great stuff from Robbie. And, yeah, PMod saying that apparently the only ones that have to go are James Reese and A.J. Wilson. But, PMod, do you really think everybody else is going to come back? I mean, Coos and Keyshawn were testing the waters last year. So, I just – it would surprise me if they all came back. And maybe they will. I didn't think Stevie would come back either. I mean, maybe they will, but – one thing that's been constant over the Frank Martin era is roster turnover. So, maybe because if you're landing a GG, they're like, hey, we all want to play together, but I don't know. I'd expect a few guys probably to leave. But who knows? We'll see. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Hey, our friends over at collegefootballnews.com. Well, obviously, they talk college football on a regular basis, but they have dropped a prediction for South Carolina, Mississippi State. I have not even read this yet. We're going to do so after the break because I want to see what they have to say. Again, guys, but I want to continue to hear from you. 843-790-3377. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. I want to continue to hear from you as we get ready for tip-off tonight. Gamecocks taking on Mississippi State. Guys, our good friends over at collegefootballnews.com. Of course, we talk about them a lot during the college football season. We talk a lot about them during college football season. I love getting their predictions, their thoughts, their insights, all that good stuff. Well, they have been dropping predictions all season long for basketball. I don't know if they dropped any for South Carolina, but they have today. And this is Pete Fuchak, his prediction for South Carolina, Mississippi State. You might recall they do why one team will win, why the other team will win, then they drop the prediction. So let's get into it. I'm curious to hear what he's got to say. Why South Carolina will win. Again, this is per collegefootballnews.com, but talking college basketball, the game tonight. He starts. Why South Carolina will win. The Gamecocks might have lost the first time around, but they won by 10 in the second meeting because Mississippi State went 0 for 14 from the outside and didn't rebound like it did in the first game. No, really. Mississippi State doesn't do anything from three, and South Carolina is good defensively inside with a whole bunch of block shots. If the Gamecocks can get out to any sort of a lead, that's it. Seriously, there won't be any Mississippi State threes. It made 2 in the last 4 games. But, why Mississippi State will win. The Bulldogs are able to come up with a ton of takeaways. They lost the rematch in Columbia, but they rolled in the first game back in early February, 78-64 because it became easy because of the rebound. I don't know if he must have mistyped that. They lost the rematch in Columbia, but they rolled in the first game back in early February, 78-64, and it became easy because of the rebounding going plus 17 with 11 offensive boards. The steals are a big deal, and they should come up with a lot more considering South Carolina turns it over in SEC most 15 times per game. They had 10 steals in the rematch, but they couldn't repeat the rebounding margin. They should be fine on the glass, and ... What is going to happen? Here we go. South Carolina loves to foul. That is true. It's a high-risk, high-reward defense that comes up with takeaways and blocks and hacks and hacks and hacks. Mississippi State might not shoot or hit threes, but it's been outstanding on the free throw line lately. The Bulldogs make free throws, and the Gamecocks don't. South Carolina can hit a 3, though. Their prediction, they've got South Carolina 68, Mississippi State 64. So, collegefootballnews.com dropping a prediction for the basketball game tonight. They have got the Gamecocks getting the W 68-64. So, you love to hear that. You love to hear that. We'll see what happens, but that's it. They've got the Gamecocks getting the dub 68-64, which again, guys, I really believe it's a coin flip type of game. It's truly a coin flip type of game. So, yep, truly a coin flip type of game. Let's see. Rebecca, we've got like 170 days till football season. So we got a ways to go. Hey, let's jump to the phone lines here.
Call from
Pete Alk.
Pete Alk, what's going on, man? How are you?
What's up, man? I just wanted to drop my predictions for tonight's game and the weekend series against Texas.
All
right, so tonight the Cox are going to win 67-59. It's going to be an ugly defensive game that we somehow squander our way through. And this weekend, so I'm going to go game by game. Friday night, Will Sanders night. We will lose 2-1. Saturday, on TBA's night, we will lose 15-4. Sunday, we will lose 6-2.
15-4. That'll be a fun day at the Yard. I mean, that's fair. I mean, I'm not saying it's not fair.
That's the perfect day to do it too. You know, everybody's off work, man. They got a night to themselves. You know, go out, do whatever. You know, nice day at the ballpark, and yeah, it's gonna.
Pete Alk's 21st, and TBA lets him down. So.
Yeah. But I just wanted to come in and drop my predictions, and if we win tonight, I will have a Tennessee prediction, and you will want to hear that one.
I will want to hear that one for sure.
Yeah, let's just say I'm going to be a little Mr. Optimistic like one of our friends we know.
I love it. Hey, Tattoo Watch 2022 is officially on.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Tat season.
All right, I'll see you, brother.
All right, man. Later.
All right, brother.
Pete Alk locking in his predictions. Love to hear that. He's got the Gamecocks He's got the Gamecocks winning tonight, 67-59, I believe he said, and then getting swept this weekend, which I've actually dropped my predictions, guys, for the weekend series, and I also have the Gamecocks getting swept. And as much as I hate to say it, how can you pick anything different at this point? You know what I mean? How can you pick anything different, truly? You know, from what we've seen thus far, it's just so. What in the world is this? The Gamecocks are throwing an event May 14th, 2022, called the Beamer Ball, an evening of dancing and dining on the field at Williams-Brice Stadium. The Beamer Ball will begin with dinner and drinks on the field with Gamecock football and Gamecock athletic staff. The evening will continue with live music and dancing, as well as silent and live auction featuring exclusive items and experiences. We hope you'll join us for an unforgettable experience under the lights at Willie B. Individual tickets and table options are available for the Beamer Ball based on a tiered on sale. A dance party ticket option is also available for those interested in enjoying the live music, drinks, dancing, and late night environment. 7 to 11 on May the 14th, cocktail attire. Event includes gourmet catered meal, open bar, live music, and silent and live auctions. How about that? Hey, $5,000 for a table, the In the Huddle table package. $2,000 for just a private table. Let's see. The private table includes $2,000 for table, 8 guest tickets, and access to entirety of the event. The In the Huddle table package includes table of 10, 8 guest tickets, and Gamecock football staff personnel. Wow. Invitation to the exclusive pre-reception with Gamecock football staff, commemorative football celebrating the Beamer Ball with Coach Beamer's signature, photo opportunity with Coach Beamer, and access to entirety of event. Interesting. Oh, individual tickets. You can get a dance party ticket for $65, regular ticket for $250, a premium ticket for $400. Interesting. The Beamer Ball. Very good. The Beamer Ball. Keith, when's the last time we were picking men's basketball to win and not baseball? I don't even know, Keith. I don't know. I mean, you're playing Texas, who's number 1 in the country. What do you expect? You know what I mean? What do you expect? So. Courtney Washington, are you going? Well, I just found out it existed, Courtney, so I have no idea. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But sounds like a fun event. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Corey Gardner, Chris, did you see Clayton White at the baseball game Saturday? I talked to him. He seemed like a cool guy. Yeah, Corey, I actually did. Yeah. I actually did run into Coach White. It was cool. That was very, very cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good dude. Real good dude. David Cloninger says, Gamecocks pitching rotation for number 1 Texas, Will Sanders, and then pray for rain. Pray for rain. God. Anyways, guys, do want to hear from you. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Great day to have a day, as you see on the hat. Great day to win one tonight. Gamecocks taking on Mississippi State. 6 o'clock tip-off, which it'll be around 6. You know, with these games, you never know what time they're going to end. But 6 o'clock is when it's scheduled in Tampa. SEC Network's where you can watch it. And, yeah, looking forward to covering the game, man. Going to be a lot of fun. And if you win, you get Tennessee, which would be one hell of a matchup. So, would be one hell of a matchup. I'm sure the comments on Instagram, well, no, actually, there's nothing yet. I'm surprised that the comments on Instagram aren't going crazy over me picking us to lose. I'm sure many of you are celebrating that, me picking us to lose, which it's so funny, though. You see the people saying, you know, he's gotten one game right all season. It's like, no, you just only are paying attention to the ones that I get wrong. So I picked us to lose up to Auburn, and sure enough, we lost to Auburn. So Anyways. Courtney, yeah, Florida's down to 8 by 12. Wow. Yeah, I think Florida's coach is done. Yeah, where's John Kruger? Is he watching the Duke game? John must be watching the Duke game right now. John must be watching the Duke game right now. Again, guys, I'll tell you what, either way, no matter what my predictions are or anything like that, I'm very excited for the weekend. I'm very excited to see Texas and just see how we stack up against, arguably the best team in college baseball. And you come to South Carolina to have the opportunity to play teams like these. You do. That's why you come here. You come here to have the opportunity to play teams like these. So should be a lot of fun. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But you come here to play the best, and you'll have that opportunity this weekend for sure. Again, I am fired up for the game tonight. Mississippi State. I think it's a coin flip. I think it's a toss-up. I've got State winning the game 74-70. Somebody texts in and says, Rebecca needs to call in and let everybody know what Mississippi State can do. So there you go, Rebecca. The people are clamoring for it. The people want it. The people want it, Rebecca. The people are requesting it. Let's see. Again, hope you guys are having a fantastic week, by the way. Fantastic Thursday. Podcast did drop this morning, episode 615, breaking down the Texas series this weekend and also, of course, the game tonight as South Carolina takes on Mississippi State. It's going to be a lot of fun. Again, we'll be watching the game here in studio, keeping up with it. So going to be a ton of fun for sure. Going to be a ton of fun. I love seeing P-Dawg going back and forth to people on social media. Twitter's a wild place. By the way, again, guys, in case you missed it yesterday, thank you all so much for helping us hit 20,000 followers on Twitter. And again, it's not something I take for granted because I recall January 2018 hitting 1,000 and how big of a deal that was in the moment. I mean, truly, I went and literally bought a bottle of champagne to celebrate. 1,000 just felt like such a huge number and such a milestone, and it was. I mean, to someone who started from zero, on Twitter to get to 1,000, that feels like a ton. But so yeah, I mean, when you keep that perspective and you let that drive you, and I will never lose sight of how cool those these milestones are and things we get to celebrate, and it's truly a blessing for sure. So. To hit 20,000 is such an incredible number. And, I can't say thank you to you guys enough. And you guys being there no matter what's going on, whether we're winning, we're losing, whatever, you guys continue to show up each and every single day. It's just beyond words. So thank you genuinely. It's really, really cool. Again, TSUS, the moon, we're just getting started. Yeah, we're just getting started. So. Joe Anders, do you think that Stevenson will come back? I mean, I guess he could. Why not? I guess he could. Why not? Taylor Novinger, ready for football season because baseball's a wash. Do you agree? No, Taylor, I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing football or baseball season away. My guy, I love baseball. I love baseball. I mean, we could have a terrible year. We could, but I love going to the yard. I love going to Founders Park. I love watching Carolina baseball. So I am not wishing that away, my guy. Life is too short to wish days away. You know what I mean? Live in the present moment. Enjoy each and every single day. No, I'm not. I don't wish I could press the fast forward button to the fall. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying each and every single step of the way. And hey, whatever, man. We're blessed. We get to watch Carolina baseball. That's the way I look at it. So that's just the way I look at it. It's just the way I look at it. So. Let's see. Yeah, Jason Derrick wants you to call in, Rebecca. Will Rebecca call in? Has she had her sweet tea? Has she had her orange crush? I don't know. I don't know, Jason. Those are questions I simply don't have the answer to. Those are questions I simply don't have the answer to. So, anyways, hope you guys are doing well. If we win tonight, Tattoo Watch 2022. Let's see. In the TDC Questions channel, Brennan M says Bosnick began throwing this week or within the last week. Still no timetable for his return. Keith says, I'm so tired of all the misinformation. I heard Boz was done for the year. Keith, who said that? Who said that Boz was done for the year? Also heard Kingston took a shot at the fans for booing after the game. Said it was in his news conference, but I can't find anywhere. I mean, again, who's saying that? I would, Keith, I would just be very careful as to what you read, what you believe. You know what I'm saying? Just be cautious. Be cautious. Willie Highlights, what's up with Gamecock Sports? I don't know, Willie. Just figuring it out as we go along, my guy. We're just figuring it out as we go along. That's it. Figuring it out as we go along. So, yeah. So here on this Thursday, March the 10th. Thursday, March the 10th. Keith says, in Chris we trust. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, I will watch his presser after this, and if he said it, he said it. But I haven't seen that anywhere, and I feel like that's something, a quote that would be notable. You know what I mean? If he was coming at fans, I think that'd be notable. So, you know. How about Travian Robertson getting added to Tulane's staff as a defensive line coach? Congratulations to Travian, man. He was a legend here. Still is a legend. I'm saying he was incredible here. P-Mod says, I love Frank. Yeah, I see you, P-Mod. I see you on Twitter, P-Mod. P-Mod would die for Frank right now. P-Mod would die for Frank. Willie Highlights, is buying a ticket to this weekend series worth it? I guess it just depends on your situation, my guy, and what other options you have going on. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be there, and that's kind of obvious. You know what I mean? So, you know, I on that note, little side note, I wonder if there will ever come a point where I just kind of I stop going to every single game. You know, because I can technically do what I do and cover it from the house, just watching the games on TV. But I do love going to the games, meeting you guys, interacting with you guys. So I'm nowhere near that point, but I'm like, I just wonder, you know what I mean? I just wonder if that will ever happen. Jesse Dunn, baseball's a wash. Jesus, how many times have you seen a down-and-out team catch fire at the right time and it being a real problem come tournament time? I'm not saying we have the team to accomplish everything we've come to expect over the years, but to say the season's a wash this early in the year is ignorant. Jesse, I think you make a good point. Because the same people saying that baseball season's a wash, if we somehow were to turn it around and, get to the end of the season and we're in the postseason, I knew it all along, man. I believed in them from the jump. It's like, come on, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Nobody's happy where we are right now, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. So let's let it play out. Definitely saying it's a wash is over the top. Oh, Piedmont, over under 2.5 SEC series wins this season. Piedmont, it's hard to answer that because when do we get Bosnick back? When do we get him back? I'm going to say over, just for the sake of just wanting to this season to go well. Piedmont, I'm going to say over. Travis Lee, do we win 30 games? Again, depends on Bosnick coming back, just that entire situation. So, guys, we're going to jump into one final break. So, Rebecca, don't call in yet. If you're going to call in, don't call in yet. We're going to jump into one final break, but stay tuned. That might be the Rebecca 15 minutes. You never know. Guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Great day to have a day. Let's go win us a basketball game tonight. Want to hear from you on the other side of the break. 843-790-3377. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Final 15 minutes or so here on the Daily Crow, taking your questions, your comments, your calls. P-Mod says, hashtag we want Rebecca. Hashtag wake up, Rebecca. The people want Rebecca to call in. That is a fact. The people want Rebecca to call in. Love to see that. Love to see that. Again, guys, big day, big night. Gamecocks taking on Mississippi State tonight in the SEC tournament. Let's see. What's the score? I did have it on the TV, but let's see. What is the score? 57-47. A&M beating Florida with 7.5 left to go in that game. Wow. Yeah, I think Florida's coach is probably done for. And you got LSU taking on Mizzou at 2:30 following their game or whatever time their game finishes. I would expect we probably won't play till, what do you think, 6:30 probably? These games always run long. And I'll tell you, you haven't lived, folks, until you've stayed up watching an SEC tournament baseball game when first pitch is at like 10 o'clock. You really haven't lived until you've done that. Truly. So, anyways, guys, taking your questions and comments and calls in case a specific caller wants to call in. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to do so. Yes, the Carmen Majinski Mizzou game. Yes, yep. I recall it as well, my friend. I recall it as well. Super, super late. Again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much for the love and support. Excited for the game tonight and, again, the series this weekend as well. Podcast did drop this morning. Breaking down everything with the Texas series as well as tonight's game against Mississippi State. Like I said, I've got the Gamecocks falling to State. I've got the Gamecocks falling to State by a final score of 74-70. 74-70 is the score I picked. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's I had us, I think it's a coin flip game. I really do think it's a coin flip game. Anybody's game. Who knows? Who knows, man? Jesse Dunn says, calling it now, Carolina 2 of 3 this weekend. The only positive takeaway from the Xavier game is now we will see exactly what kind of team we have and who the leaders are. How they respond to a loss like that says a lot about what kind of program we have right now. Yeah, somebody's got to step up. Somebody's got to put their foot down. Somebody's got to be a leader. Somebody's got to show character on the ball club. That's it. You know, we need to see some character on the ball club. Guys that respond the right way, guys that attack it the right way. Biggest thing I'll be looking forward to. I don't care if you get swept, man. I don't care if you lose 2 out of 3, but damn it, play the game the right way, attack the game the right way. Leave it all on the field. That's it. Leave it all on the field. That's it. So I do not know, guys, where Rebecca is. I have no idea. Piedmont says, culture sucks. I think Rebecca's prepping for the call, guys. So she said, give me a minute in the chat. So I think she's prepping for the call. Anyways, guys, appreciate you all, man. Everybody that calls in, it's incredible. Always having a good time on the Daily Crow. I'll be really interested to see what they do weather-wise for our baseball games this weekend. Warming up the vocals for sure. But again, right now it's scheduled this weekend, 7 o'clock first pitch on Friday, 4 o'clock on Saturday, and then 1:30 on Sunday. 1:30 on Sunday. So should be a fun weekend of ball. Should be a real fun weekend of ball, and excited for it. And yeah, just looking forward to what the weekend brings. Who knows, man? You never. There's a reason they play the game. there's a reason they play the game, and you'll have a chance against the number one team in the country. And like I said, we'll just see what happens. We'll see what happens. So here we go. Here we go.
Call from
Rebecca.
to accept, press 1.
Rebecca, what's going on? How are you?
As the people have spoken that they wanted to hear me, didn't they?
The people have spoken that they want to hear you, yes.
Well, I just got up not too long ago.
Well, good morning to you then.
All right, T-Mode. I'll see you. All right. All right. Give me a second. Okay.
The floor is yours, Rebecca. The floor is yours.
All right. Mississippi State and Tennessee Vols can kiss my ass. And I don't give a damn about them. And I don't give two shits about them.
Hey, don't leave Texas fans out, too. I mean, we got Texas this weekend, so line them all up.
They can kiss my ass, too.
Yeah.
Texas can kiss my ass.
Yeah. Tennessee, Mississippi State, Texas, Clemson, all of them. Georgia, all of them. Line them up.
Yep, line it up. They might as well make a line to come to Tennessee.
East Tennessee.
East Tennessee. Hey, all the Tennessee fans can kiss my ass, but when we're at a baseball game next weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me just put it this way. If they start on me, I start on them. When I hang out with you.
They don't want the smoke. They don't want the smoke.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I'm saying they don't want that Rebecca smoke.
No, they don't.
Rebecca, what about Virginia fans? You got any beef with them or no?
Not really, but they can kiss my ass.
I love it. Oh, God.
P-Mode loves Rebecca.
Yeah. P-Mode is a big fan. Big fan.
That's sweet.
Or Virginia fans.
Well, just put it this way, all the teams that we play can kiss my ass.
Yeah. I think that should always be the energy for sure. I'm sure Will Muschamp can kiss your ass. He can kiss my ass. I'm sure he can kiss your ass as well.
I never did have a problem out of him.
No? I wasn't a huge fan. We'll put it that way. I wasn't a huge fan of Muschamp.
I would love to come down there for that Tennessee and
the football game. You're talking about, right? The football game?
Tennessee game.
Yeah, football?
Yeah, the football.
Yeah, well, if you do, you are most certainly invited to our tailgate at Seawells. So.
Because I really would love that.
Yeah, you are most certainly invited to our Seawells tailgate, for sure. We'll have a little ass kissing booth set up where all the Tennessee fans can come by. They can get all the smoke they want.
All right. That would be fun.
It would. Truly.
Why don't we do a burning of a Tennessee shirt or something?
Yeah, we'll go get us a flag or something. We'll burn it. Yeah. I think we should just make
That'd be good.
Yeah, I think we should just make some kiss my ass merch.
There you go.
Just make a T-shirt on it and garnet and big white letters just says kiss my ass.
Hey, if you do it, I'll take a shirt.
I hear you. All right, well, I'll get to work on that then.
Kiss my ass or kiss my butt, either one. I don't want too much on it. 'Cause you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. We don't want the preacher getting flustered.
Right.
All right. We don't want preacher getting flustered.
Big old T on it.
Mm-hmm.
Big old T and with garnet. Say kiss my ass or kiss my butt.
Truly poetry. Really. Truly poetry.
They really want that. They
do.
already got
I know.
that.
We got pre-orders coming in, so we'll have to make that happen.
You think you could do that?
I could do it much easier than you'd think, believe me.
Yeah, I'd take an extra large.
Word. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll get to work on it.
Thing is, you want me to pay you for it or what?
Well, we'll figure it all out in the back on the. We'll figure out all the details off air, Rebecca. We'll figure out all those details off air.
Yeah, because I was gonna, but I would think you would. I would think you would give me one for free anyway, because I'm the star.
Yeah, you're the exactly. You're the inspiration. So definitely we would take care of you. Definitely I'd take care of you.
Somebody said they'll pay for mine.
Either way, you will be taken care of, Rebecca. I promise you.
I like to have some of them stickers that y'all got. A different team.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can work on that for you. We'll get that figured out. Rebecca, it's always Go ahead.
I said I'm supposed to be the star, but Robbie Davis is too.
I know. We got a couple. Listen, we got a couple of stars that call in.
Do what?
We got a couple stars that call in. So
Right.
y'all are truly the stars of the Daily Crow. So
I'm happy that the people have spoken about me.
Indeed. Well, Rebecca, it's always a pleasure to hear from you, but we've hit 2:00, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. But I'll get to work on the Kiss My Ass shirts, and we'll stay in touch about Knoxville and everything. So.
All right. I appreciate it.
Rebecca, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk soon.
All right.
All right. Take care. What a way to end the Daily Crow on this Thursday. What a way to end the Daily Crow. our guy John Rice just got bodied when she said, I don't have a problem with Virginia fans, but you know what? They can kiss my ass too. You love to hear that. Keep the energy consistent. Guys, hey, we're going to get out of here. It is 2 o'clock. Like I said, check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 615, full breakdown of the game tonight against Mississippi State and the baseball series this weekend. Content bleeding out the eyeballs today as you would normally expect. And then podcast Daily Crow coming tomorrow, and we'll be at Founders Park all weekend. So, guys, again, appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much for the love and support. You guys have a great rest of your Thursday, and we will talk to you tomorrow.